Man. My God. Well, if it's live now, you know, we had to keep changing. We had to change the phone because the super Wi-Fi tower that we use, it went down for maintenance for some stupid reason at this time, which never happened before. That's not mine. Yeah, but wait, you're talking about that? I don't know. This is, I don't know. I don't know the rest of it. That looks kind of cool. Yeah, so basically, what I said earlier, I'm not sure if we caught it or not, but I kind of want to get into that we have to suffer for Yahawashi, you know, and you know, persecution is right around the corner, where they're gonna try to accuse us of all sorts of things that, you know, you never done ever. You know, they're gonna try to persecute you, and you know, all these people out here, they're gonna hate you. Like I said earlier, you know, it feels weird. Like, and of course, when you come out here, we always get eyes on us. But like when we're not doing camp, people are still looking at us with that kind of disdain. They recognize you, and we're slowly being recognized without the garments on. Usually people don't recognize us, but you know, they look at you. They look at you with like this disgust, like this face. Like while you walk past, they like stare at you with like a serious face. You know, there's going to be a time where those people want to put their hands on you. Want to throw you into prison and shit like that. Quote, bring justice. So, where I wanted to start at was 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 11. You know, and just ultimately roll through the spirit from there. This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 11. It says, But thou, O man of Yahweh, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness. You know, and all of us brothers of this truth, you know, this is what we try to establish ourselves after. You know, we don't want to be governed. We don't want to govern ourselves through pride or any of that sorts, man. But we want to be right in the eyes of Yahawashi, and the meekness that Yahawashi has taught us. You know, that we learn from him. Of course, people are going to try to bring justice to you. Oh, can somebody get that scripture where it says they think it says God's service? Put that. God's service. Know a little bit more of the Bible. You know.
Yo, there's over 20.
When I read it, you guys gotta like remember this.
What?
There it is. I'm taking it. This is John chapter 6, verse 1. John chapter 16, verse 1. This is Yahawashi's warning at the title. It says, These things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. In the NLT it says, I have told you these things so that you won't abandon your faith. That's what it means by being offended. Like you basically didn't sign up for this.
When they started complaining, like, oh no, this ain't for me.
This ain't for me, or yeah, I didn't sign up for this shit, type of thing. You know, they can't handle the heat. And I tell you this, you know, the moment persecution starts arising, you know, if you brothers played GTA before, you're gonna have 5 stars on your head. You know, with the fucking helicopters and everything looking for you. You know, you're gonna have 5 stars, and you better have the strength to withstand that heat, because everywhere around you is gonna try to hurt you. You know, so don't abandon your faith. Believe in Yahawashi, and you gotta remember that Yahawashi went through these things. brothers of old went through these things. You gotta put that in your mind. You know? You gotta put that in your mind. That you're not the only one going through it. You know, we're gonna be persecuted together, even with the bug out camps and the other false doctrines. We're gonna be grouped up with them too. Whatever things that they did and everything, they're gonna accuse us all as a whole with it. That the ministry is gonna be blamed because of these things.
Because Esau ain't gonna care. Esau just gonna see us as that one group. Mm-hmm. Despite his many doctrines, but this is the true one. But you're gonna get grouped together with where guys started doctrines.
There's some doctors where they take weapons to camp, and they see that as a type of quote extremism. You know, we're not out here harming nobody. Neither do we want to. You know, of course, there's a lot of wickedness left and right, but we were commanded to be harmless as doves, but wise as serpents. And this is what we're out here to do. To do our work that was given unto us by Yahawashi Mashiach. You know, Yahawashi, he didn't summon the legion of angels like he said he could. You know? Because it's not that time. So continue with this, it says, I'm going to read one again. It says, these things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth God's service. And that's the thing. People think that when you're going to be persecuted, you're going to quote thrown in prisons and all sorts of things. You know, they think that they're doing justice. And that's what a lot of people out here is going to do. When they're going to persecute us, they're going to try to kill us, try to beat us up, try to throw us in prisons. They think that they're doing justice. They think that all those accusations that they accused us of is true, but they're trying to find an excuse for their wicked ways because they did not like us. Just like what it says in Psalms, the wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh and slaying. So they're looking for a way to justify their actions, to basically cover up their wicked action. You know?
They want to cover up the truth. You know? They'll do anything. They'll do anything to protect their lives.
They're gonna try to get rid of us, so they're gonna try to find a quote justification to do so. You know. Continuing, it says, and these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me. But these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, ye shall remember that I told you of them. That's the thing with us brothers, man. That's why wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. You know, it's going to be the stability of the time because you're going to remember these precepts. You're going to think upon those precepts in every scenario that we go through. And it's going to keep us sane. It's going to keep us, you know, in the right path. That's why the scriptures say, keep thy heart aright and constantly endure. You know, set thy heart aright. And to set your heart aright, you got to think upon the things that were said before. You know? Remember when it says that in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter? It says, these things have been spoken before in the days before thee. You know, even from the beginning. Roughly paraphrasing.
This place has to go.
It's there.
I don't know. No, she just show her bare ass. They just try to do it in the camera.
You may remember that I told you of them, and these things I said not unto you at the beginning, because I was with you. Because Yahawashi during that time, he still had to work to do. You know? I'm gonna read it on NLT on this verse. It says, yes, I'm telling you these things now, so that when they happen, you will remember my warning. I didn't tell you earlier because I was going to be with you for a while longer. So Yahawashi is leaving off that warning. You know, and that warning is now written down for us. You know how it says in Habakkuk. You know, make it plain upon tables that he that readeth shall, he that runneth shall read it. He that runneth. How to say?
Somebody had to get that.
That bad. Yo, somebody get a Habakkuk, chapter 2, very beginning.
Plain upon table.
I mean, you just go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2. So Habakkuk, then, yeah, Habakkuk. I got it. Chapter 2, right? Yeah. Habakkuk 2. Read the verse 1.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me.
Yahawashi gave us that one, amen. No.
It says, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And
So when we're going through that tribulation, you know, how you gonna respond to it? That's basically what it's talking about there. What I shall answer when I am reproved. So when that happens, how would you act? How would you respond to that scenario? Can you get that scripture really quick just to add on top of it? Is it Hebrews? No, not Hebrews. Second Peter chapter 3. It was talking about what manner of persons ought you to be. Get that. Just add on top of that. It should be quick. This is Second Peter.
I know you tell him to get it, but I'm gonna read long.
If you're not quick enough, I might find it before you.
Oh, it's verse 11.
Read it then. Yo, read it, bro.
Oh, yes.
Don't hold up. Read it.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversations and godliness?
That's right. What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversations and godliness? So when this is happening, what type of person are you going to be in that time? What type of person are you going to be? And it applies the same way, because the type of person you're going to be is going to be the type that you're going to respond in that scenario. So the matter. I'm gonna repeat it again. The type of answer that you're going to give is based on the type of person that you are. All right. The type of answer that you're going to give is the type of person that you are. All right. So in that scenario, if you're not taking heed to the warnings and establishing yourself in the way that Yahawashi has commanded, you know, you're gonna be destroyed in that scenario. You know? Like you mean like doctrine?
No. You know, there's a lot of brothers out here that they have 12 tribes chart and all that African in camps. You got ISUPK. You got a lot.
Okay, so you mean doctrine?
Well, they call them camps.
Yeah, of course, but it's like
Generally, it's a cat, but
it matters on the
we got
doctrine.
we have the true doctrine.
So I'm not telling you not to understand what you want to particular camp. That's all.
We teach. Well, I would say we teach the Great Millstone doctrine. Great Millstone.
Why
You ever heard of them?
No, I never heard of them.
You never heard of them?
No.
Oh. That's what this camp is.
I listen to a lot of people and check out what they're doing, but I was asking was you a part of a particular camp, and next I was going to ask how you on YouTube.
Am I on YouTube? Yeah. We're on YouTube.
What is the channel?
It's Mayan Lab. You know how to spell that?
No.
Like you know how like, Mayan is spelled?
Mayan.
Mayan? Like the Mayan, like a
M-Y-A-N?
Yeah, there you
No,
go.
M-A.
M-A-Y-N.
Mayan.
Yep. And then Lab, like L-A-B.
L-A-B? That's the YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I'll check it out.
Okay.
So y'all go in on white man as well? Wow.
Nothing's held back.
Look like the Europeans is about to take down that. All these G7 countries, all European countries that attack different countries, they come together in one force. They're ready to split now. They're ready to break up
Also
now.
known as the West.
Like they're falling.
Yeah.
The West is falling. Known as the West, exactly. And it's falling.
And you know the West is the beast,
Yes.
right? So
And we're in the belly of it in New York.
and Babylon is here. This is also
Yeah.
known as the Great Whore.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
the beast is gonna hate the whore eventually. So this is gonna be all like a
What's
god.
your name, brother? Kanawa? Kanawa? Okay.
This is gonna take place before that hit. This is what everything is coming down to.
Yeah.
That's
They're putting ships in Kenya, East Africa, Kenya. Their president approved Bill Gates and them to put the chips in people's hands.
Yeah, that was one of the. I believe that was one of the places that they set up the CBDC, the digital currency. They're starting to set it up over there. I saw an article around
And I
that
heard,
a while
I think
ago.
the other country is what is that guy's name up in Europe? I think they then got it. Switzerland, they talk about Switzerland, but it's called it's popular and the people are it's mainly rich people. It's not Norway. What is it? Sweden? It's not Sweden. It's
Netherlands.
Netherlands. They've been like 3-4 years ago with somebody. A lot of people said they didn't care. They take it. Well, see, they don't believe in God any damn way. A lot of people. No, I know you heard of Sarnetta TV. Sarnetta, yes. He grabs them interviews. He shows it every now and then. He's interviewing all these white folks downtown. You see a lot of people here from Albania and Switzerland and everywhere because of the G7 cluster. It's about 40 countries. European, all strictly European. Because of that, those people can come here and don't even have to worry about passports or nothing. See? Now, I don't know about us going there, but I'm saying they can come here because they're in one cluster under one fist. The United States tells them what to do, right? So, he was down there just talking to all kinds. One woman had 3 daughters with her and her husband. She said, no, there is no God. What's wrong with you? Don't you know this is something? They don't believe in shit for getting that damn money and stomping all the other people. Anyway, I'm going to look at the channel.
Okay.
Check it out. Mayan Lab.
Mayan, yeah, you said it.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was mumbling. I was mumbling.
Huh?
Said I was mumbling.
Check the line.
I guess
You got a brother on
gotta
comment,
get
bro.
your answer. Straight up.
Yeah, you got a brother on the comment, bro.
Shalom, Yahawashi, Shabbat.
Shalom, Yahawashi, Mel,
Yo,
Shalom,
shalom,
top to all you brothers on the comment board. All you sincere brothers. read Second Peter chapter 11 again. I mean chapter 11. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 11. Yeah.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversations and godliness?
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, you know, the type of person that you are, the type of person that you are. Oh my gosh, I'm mixing myself up again. The type of answer that you give is based on the type of person that you are. There you go. All right. So the answer that I'm referring to is what are you gonna do in that scenario? You know, what are you gonna do in that scenario where shit hits the fan and persecution arises and everything? If you're not rooted, if you're not rooted within yourself, all right, you're gonna ultimately be destroyed. If you're not rooted in, because that's why the scriptures talk about that a double-minded man is like a ship in a storm. Because we spoken on that analogy before, how the scriptures apply that analogy, and we broke it down before. But you know, I don't mind saying it again. You know, but a ship in a storm, it requires a lot of attention to everything, both to your surroundings, the wind direction, the water, the waves, how the waves are moving, and you gotta also dump out water from the ship. So it's a lot of maintenance during the storm. You gotta keep the ropes tied. Make sure that everything's locked in place. Sometimes you gotta bring down the sail, or sometimes you gotta put it up because the wind might get too strong and knock down the whole entire sail. There's a lot of things that you have to pay attention to. All right, one slip up could cost your life because you could go shipwreck in the middle of a storm, which is the worst type of shipwreck, because the likelihood of surviving it is low, because you could come up for air, and then another wave topples over you, and the waves, when they topple over you, you don't just go underwater. The waves sinks you underwater. It pulls you underwater. You get thrown with the waves. You know, the likelihood of surviving a shipwreck is very low within a storm. All right. Now, it says the double-minded man is like a ship in a storm. All right. That man goes up and down. But if he does not have the integrity and the attention and the circumspectness to survive it, he will die. All right. So that type of man, in the scenario where he doesn't take heed to the warning which our Lord has given, you know, and our Lord is given the warning from His Father, you know, our God. All right. And if you don't take heed to that, it will cost your life. And people take it lightly now because they don't see it happening. They take it very lightly now because they don't see it happening before them. Say the other word, because apparently people get offended by it. But there's a lot of slow-minded people.
Matthew chapter 24, 37. But as the days of Noah, where so shall also be the coming of the Son of Man be.
And Yahawashi, he symbolizes the end. Hence why the scriptures talk about, I am the Alpha and the Omega. The Alpha, this is referring to the Greek alphabet. All right, Alpha is the beginning of the alphabet, just like how A is. A represents the Alpha. All right, and the Omega is the end of the Greek alphabet. All right, that's why he says, I am the Alpha and the Omega. He is the beginning and he's the end.
So if you go by the Hebrew, it'll be the I and the Tha. The ancient Hebrew.
The I and the Tha, yeah. You know, that's why it says, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. You know, Because what happened in the days of Noah? It says people were given into marriage. You know, they're eating, drinking, and giving into marriage.
The usual day.
They said
know?
that how to say in Peter, I'm right here. So it's okay.
So it's gonna be the same thing. People will be doing the same thing over and over every day. You know, whether it be like riding bikes or driving a car, going to work, coming to work. You know, the usual routine. Not giving mind to the warning. You know, because you know they're not believing, but they will believe that day.
So
You know?
maybe this. I know. Let me just read this real quick. It says that ye may be mindful of the words. Oh, it's like it. Let me start at 3. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things shall continue as they were since the beginning of creation. This they were willingly ignorant of by the word of Yahweh. The heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of water and in the water, whereby the world that was then was, being overflowed with water, perished. It says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
Okay, Matthew 24. I started 37 again. 24 and 37. But as the days of Noah, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them away.
They knew not. They didn't know that coming into the ark. A lot of them did.
And it's the same, pretty much the same thing. You know how many you jakes when come out of the car? I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know. You know what? You knew. This time you knew. There's a lot more mercy right now. You know how you got mercy? When the prophets in the streets and preaching the word of Yahawashi, warning you that it's a coming destruction, to repent and come back. You know? So when that day happened, a lot of you are going to act like you didn't know. But in the back of your mind, you're going to know that you got no excuse. You're going to know that you knew that you got warned. This is the mercy. When the prophets in the streets preaching the words according to the Bible, you know, which is the words of Yahawashi, that's a form of mercy, so you can repent and come back, so you don't get destroyed with the world.
Yeah, I got a scripture.
And continue, Matthew 24 and 39. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yeah. This is 1 Peter. Also, you mentioned this. You mentioned this around the start. Yeah. Oh, before we started. But this is 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. And if it first began at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?
That's right. Damn.
Gosh, I've been. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, I always do this. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? That's right. You know, if the righteous could be scarcely saved, we know we'll be taking heed to that warning, as was commanded of us. You know, and if we're scarcely saved from that, it makes you wonder what happens to the rest of them. You know, of course you don't want to imagine because you don't want to be in this area. What the hell is it?
Piece of description.
You got ripped pages. Might as well just put the back.
It's only one ripped page.
Damn.
The whole book is coming from.
That was it on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to mention that coming in these times, now is an extreme time to examine yourselves and fix the faults that you have.
This is the last. These are the last moments that we're in.
We're so close to the end times right now. It's literally right around the corner. You could feel it.
Still got Habakkuk.
Start off warning again. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch, set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what shall I answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for the appointed time.
Vision is yet for an appointed time, and we're living in that appointed time, man. That's why we gotta be very circumspect. We gotta be very aware, because that's what it means to be circumspect. You know, circum means around, and inspect means to look. So you gotta look around. You know, keep an eye out. You know your surroundings. You know, you don't want to. You're being wary of danger. That's why watchtowers represents that circumspect. Because usual watchtowers are open on all sides, so you can see around yourself. Kind of like you see, like fire watchtowers. You know, forest fires.
That's why it's time to stop fucking around. You know, when it's times of war in the ancient times, men literally had to start preparing and start like going on guard. That's what we have to start doing right now.
Watchtowers usually hold about usually 2 people up in the tower. You know, to watch one direction and watch the other direction.
Usually there's one.
Usually there's 2.
No, there's usually one. From what I know, they're literally stationed in that tower, and it's kind of like a home.
I'm talking about
They have to keep watch around. But there's many towers.
Yeah, that's how I was thinking about the bigger one, the big round one.
That's what I was talking about. There's only one. But there's many different towers. There's some YouTubers that work on those towers, but they also do YouTube videos.
I thought you were talking about the tower of back then.
Yeah, because that's the modern day form of watchtowers, the fire watchtowers, forest fires.
Yeah, that's
Like
very
towers
awesome.
outside the walls, like by distance,
Yeah, the outskirts.
you know.
But yeah,
They save each other with fires.
the fire watchtowers, they're literally the same thing as the ancient towers. You literally have to climb all the way up, and then there's like the big, like a big sized house, but it has windows all around it. You know, so the person that's so the person that's working there has to live within that tower because they got all the necessities and everything in there, bed and everything. But they also have to keep watch out for fire because there's a lot of dum-dum might light something on fire. So you gotta quickly put it out.
I got another surgery.
He's not done with it. Oh.
This prestige, for the vision is not yet for the appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
That's right. We're living in the times where it started to not tarry anymore. It started to come in left and right, and there's so much news going on. There's so much news going on that a lot of us brothers can't even keep up. Even though there's a lot of brothers who can't keep up. You know,
every single day there's always something new.
And it's something.
Every single day.
Not just day, but night too.
Oh yeah. That I remember before things. I remember before things started picking up. There was some articles that the brothers bring out that was like heavy articles. It was like a big thing. But nowadays it's very common. It's extremely common.
Yeah, that was it on that.
I got Romans chapter 13 verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
And it's especially if you have that in your mindset. That's the only way that you're gonna know that is if you're in the right mind. You know how it says, "What manner of person are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?" If you're in the right mind, you will know that we're nearing the end. You will apply your mind to the fact that Yahawashi warned that there's going to be persecution and things that are going to come against us. And we have to apply our mind, once again, I'm going to have to keep saying that, to the fact that the kingdom is around the corner. And the moment you fall off, that's it. You lost your ticket to the kingdom. You know? You do not want to fall off, man. You do not want to fall out of this truth. You know? Forsake everything in this fucking world, man. This truth is it. This truth is the thing you should be grasping on. Because that's your crown. That's why let no man take your crown. And the greatest enemy is doubt. It's yourself. You know? And if you're not applying your right mind, if you don't have the scriptures in your head, you don't need to know the entire scriptures in your head. You know, because all of us won't even memorize the entirety of the scriptures. None of us. Even if you read the Bible from beginning to end since you're little, you still won't memorize everything.
Slack.
Because you'll end up forgetting certain things again.
And when that scenario, when the scenario happens where you're persecuted, you're put in a lower state, and you're being persecuted left or right, you're gonna remember certain acts of the righteous men of old, and you're gonna think upon those acts, and then you're gonna think upon that Yahweh, Hashem Yahawashi, deliver those men from their persecution, from their tribulation. You know, remember Job? He went through hell, and he was still pretty much delivered from those tribulations.
Because he kept his integrity.
He kept his integrity. He was tested. His integrity was tested.
I still remember of the one where they were put in the furnace. The fire didn't touch them. I always forget their name.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Oh, how about what is it? Daniel or Ezekiel? Just like Paul Peter. They got thrown in the pit with the lions. You know?
Oh yes, I think it was Daniel.
It was Daniel.
Yo, also, shit, you're getting brave for it. Oh yeah. Also, and
I don't want to hear it.
also in these times, you know, since all these prophecies are getting fulfilled, just as our faith is boosting and getting stronger, so are these demons. These demons are getting just as strong. So that's why it's important
to grow you more. That's why.
That's why it's important to keep your guard up and never waver. Because the second you let your guard down is when you could fold.
The reason they're getting stronger is to make you stronger. Because there's no limit to strength like that. You know, you just keep getting stronger.
That's what the second.
It's kind of like it's kind of like when you go to the gym and you're gonna lift the weights. When your muscles are already accustomed to lifting those weights, you moved on to something that is heavier. So it's that's pretty much how the demons are working. The demons are the angels on the left hand side, you know, and the literal job is to make you stronger, you know, to make you stronger by tempting you.
Yeah, it's just like war strategy. You know how there's people on the watchtower. It's that one time where you're not looking, is when they're gonna attack.
Look for an opening.
That's why you can't leave these demons an opportunity.
Keep your shield up. You gotta always keep your shield up, even when you attack.
I got more of this.
All right.
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
You see, I was reading that Korean manga, and that thing taught me. That thing taught me about shields with the swords. They've been doing it wrong all in the movies the entire time, where they're attacking you, right? And they only put up their shield for a moment, and then they put it down to attack. You're supposed to always keep your shield up, because the enemies are always looking for an opportunity that your shield is down. They got an opening to attack you. So you always got to keep your shield up and attack with the shield. So when you're gonna swing, you gotta swing with the shield. So you don't see that in the movies. You don't see the swinging with the shield to keep your guard up. You know, but you see it in the movies when they put their shield down to attack. That's the wrong way to put it, because they can attack you within that scenario, or an arrow might fly by and hit you right there because your shield wasn't up.
That's a real shield.
You know,
Spear shield.
so you got all your vitals just out there. You got all your vitals out there. You know,
And read that part again.
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Prophesying in the streets also. It's not just us. We also warning you also to come back and repent, and meaning that this is going to be your armor. This is your only protection. We telling you to get your protection. But it seems like Jake don't heed to that, you know. So Yahawashi is telling you for your own good, Or it's like a father warning the child, to behave himself. I'm warning you, you're gonna get a whipping, Well, Jake is about to get a whipping too,
Yep. And the Heavenly Father being the Father of spirits, what's his version of whipping your ass? By killing your flesh. That's how.
He also uses Esau as the swords, whipping sticks.
Whipping stick. And what does Esau do? He kills you. Esau kills you. And then you pretty much get scolded in the heavens after you die. You get scolded after you got your ass whipped.
And you got nothing to say.
You got nothing to say. Yeah, you're gonna sit there quiet and take it because you know you are wrong. When you're in the heavens, you know you're wrong. You know you did wrong. After you died in such a manner.
And you realize it because you're already in the spirit world, but you got nothing to say.
Yo, shit, they're gonna regret when we're in the kingdom, or no, even in the spirit world, they're gonna start regretting not turning to this hope.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's why they're gonna have that grievous.
They're gonna
grievous.
They're gonna load themselves.
Yeah, they're gonna have that grievous.
That's why even in the kingdom,
happy, but then they're gonna be like, I could have been happier.
Yeah, even in the kingdom, they're gonna keep, for lack of better words, keep thinking of the fact that when they see the elect up there with the crowns on our head, with the powers and everything,
yeah, they had that opportunity.
They're gonna keep thinking that could have been them.
I had that moment.
I could have been among them.
When you're having a good time, you're laughing.
It could have been among them. Yeah,
you're having a good time and you're laughing, and all of a sudden you get that person like, oh man, if only I did this.
It's like regrets.
That's what they're gonna have the regrets.
And that's gonna be a heavy regret in the kingdom.
Snickers commercial. When that lady was tattooing, she was tattooing regrets on his shoulder, but she was eating a Snickers bar, so she accidentally spelled regrets. And he went like, the guy was like, regrets. She's like, sorry, I was eating a Snickers bar. You didn't remember that, right?
I remember that.
Oh shit. That's the sentence I was really funny.
It's a commercial, but they just stay on.
Yeah, it's gonna say that's what was even funnier. Like, bro, you make a mistake like that.
You did her voice really well.
That's just funny.
You got more on it?
Yeah. This is Romans 13, verse 13. Let us walk honestly as in the day.
Let us walk honestly as in the day. How do you walk honestly? The only way to walk honestly is if you're fully persuaded in your mind that this is the truth. That there's only one way out, and there's only one way out, and you're gonna do that one way. You know, even if it means being hated in this world. That's how you walk honestly. You see a lot of the wacky-tacky Christians, you know, they don't walk honestly because after they're done with work, they don't do what they taught. A lot of them don't. But there's some of them who are blind who actually believe what they have been taught and what they're trying to still spread, even though it's outside the scriptures. But we're so fully persuaded in our mind that even the scriptures back us up. You know? Well, they don't got the lights on. But we're so fully persuaded in our mind that even the scriptures back us up, man. You know? We don't even got that. We don't got that worry or that doubt that this is not the truth. This is the truth, and we even see the angels within those chariots to confirm it.
Yep.
Showing us the chariots personally too, to confirm it even more on top of the confirm.
Yo, that's why we're so confident. We're so confident that we have this truth.
This is the truth, man.
You want to talk about on this day, what is it? How they call it? On this day's work. This is it, right?
This is it right here. That's why when we're done with this is why when we're done with camp, we feel energized. We feel like we did it right. I still remember the first time we went out to camp the first time. We felt like we did something. We did it. Job well done.
Well, that's just level one.
That was just level one.
You got it, but now you gotta keep it.
You gotta keep it up. Keep up the good work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still.
You see, the moment you stop, the rest of your work follows. It stops with you.
We're all working.
You're gonna be thrown in the trash with you.
All working to be, game-wise, we're all looking to be on that leaderboard, the top leaderboard.
Yeah, right now, we're looking to be on the leaderboard.
Looking to keep our place.
One little day miss, you fall out on the rank.
Yeah, it's true, it's true. Because you want to be on the leaderboard of the game, you better keep that high score. You better keep it up.
The second you lose that place, you're gonna be forever forgotten. Nobody's gonna remember you.
Yeah, nobody's gonna remember you because you're no longer on that leaderboard.
Oh, it's like, yeah, just like in the scripture says, you know, because if you fall off, it will be as if you never actually did the work in the first place.
That's right. That's right. No. We brothers will let Yahawashi keep the spirit on us to continue to do this work. You know? And you feel more free when you come to camp. I know I can speak for all you brothers. When you come to camp, you feel more free. You feel you could actually be yourself, man. You know, be an Israelite. No longer holding it back, man. They're calling out the wickedness of these people. You know how the scriptures talk about that the judgment is on the tongue of the righteous. Because when we come at you, we can't hold it back, man. If we know it pleases Yahawashi Yahawashi. We can't hold it back, man. To warn these people, to tell these people what's up. You know?
So the wicked ain't never gonna warn you what's gonna happen. They're just gonna keep lying to you.
That's why it says
You know?
the laws is in the heart of the righteous, and none of his steps shall slide. Roughly paraphrasing. That's why we're judged of no man. You know? People try to judge us to how we look and all sorts of things. You know, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for us. It may work for the people out here in the world, man, but for us, it doesn't work. We're not emotional like you tutti fruities out there, man. Like you younger men out here in the world, man. A lot of you dudes are way too emotional.
Especially when you read the scriptures or what the scripture actually said, they already immediately get offended by it. Like
Yeah, to the
it's
point
not
that they
like
want to
that.
kill you now.
Yeah, they
They want to kill you.
Shit, yeah.
A lot of these dudes out here are so tutti frutti, man. that they'll kill you because you offended them. You know? He says, therefore thou hatest me because I tell you the truth. You know? Why do y'all about Yahawashi for this truth, man? You got more on that, bro?
Yeah, one more. Wait, no, I haven't even finished 13. This is Romans 13, verse 13. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness,
Not chambering and wantonness.
not in strife and envy.
You didn't see us brothers out here. We don't give a shit about money. We don't give a shit about lusting after money. We don't see the point of it. Money is a defense. That's the best that we can get it. It's a defense. A defense for what? Defense for your hunger? A defense for a roof over your head? Defense for a lot of things. But we don't have a lust after money. I mean, then if we want something, we should have patience. We should have patience if we want it. Not trying to have that desire for money to get more money so you can get what you want.
Use it, but you don't abuse it. You know.
That's right. We use it, but we don't abuse it. A lot of people out here, they abuse it. They abuse money, man. They have the lust for it and the love for money. But us brothers, we were taught the ways of righteousness, the ways of wisdom, according to the scriptures, according to how Yahawashi has established it. And we account all riches of this world as dust. As this dollar bill, as nothing but a piece of paper, man. It's nothing. The only time we need money is if it's something that's a necessity. That's it.
You know, because we know that paper money is ultimately temporary. It's
temporary.
all gonna burn away when the missiles hit anyways.
Did not the scriptures talk about that gold and silver should not deliver you on the day of judgment? Remember paraphrasing? No. Did it not also say that moth and rust store up your treasures? Don't store up your treasures on earth where moth and rust doth corrupt and where thieves break through and steal. But store up your treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, nor thieves break through nor steal.
Because
it's impossible.
There won't be no thief in the kingdom of heaven. Everything will be in righteousness.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember when there was the charity that in our temple once upon a time. You know, and somebody tried to break through and get this gold and silver in from there. Remember that? And the angel went over there and beat the hell out of that guy.
Damn.
I think that happened in the book of Maccabees. I think it was.
It's those treasures, what do they call it? It's not called treasure. It's a treasure, right? It's not.
Yeah, it was.
But it's just for the widows and for the poor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yes.
That was a while back.
For the widows, the fatherless, and the poor, something like that. You know, it was literally for them. And dudes trying to, because they knew that there was riches in there. You know, they said they tried to break through there and try to steal it just for them to get beat up by an angel.
I think one of the goes back.
Yeah,
You know, and just to tell his master about what just happened.
Yeah, you know what else is funny? An angel knows all your weak points.
Everything.
Damn.
And he was free. So I guess he got thrown into like next to a horse kick.
Yeah, I forgot how it went. It was did like the horse combo like tag team with the angel, man.
It's like,
And you know
like
a horse's kick is fucking brutal.
It's fatal.
Like then if it's in the head or it's in a vital point, where it's like your chest, for example, it'll break the rib and pierce your organs. But like with one kick will really bruise the fuck out of you. It'll probably tear your muscle and break your bones.
I'm fucking wrong way. When you went in the horse.
I don't even remember. It's been a while.
Which one is that?
I think it's part 3.
It's been a while.
He fucking slapped the horse's back, and the bag came over, and the horse kicked it, basically broke its neck.
For some reason, I like it.
You still got more of that?
One more. Yeah. This is Romans 13, verse 14. But put ye on the Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lusts thereof.
Yeah, like make that provision for the flesh. We're not even gonna give this flesh a moment, man. You know, this flesh, it fucking sucks, man. But we're not gonna give it a moment.
We so keep increasing that volume, you know, and putting all kinds of distractions and everything, you know. Even YouTube, you turn on YouTube, the first thing you see on YouTube is the home, you know, the home area, the recommendation, you know. But you quickly, once you turn it on, you have to go quickly to subscription. When you subscribe to this truth,
This is exactly what I do.
you know, because you get all kinds of bullshit, you know. Oh, and if you have the means to tweak it, I suggest like get I'm gonna just put it out there. Get Mozilla Firefox browser. If you decide you want to go to YouTube to that, get one of those add-ons that will control the ads. And they got add-ons that will turn off the recommendation. They'll turn it off. They'll turn off those shorts too. You know, and just go for the subscription. That way you don't see all those extra crap on YouTube. It'll just turn on to the subscription. That's it. You know, whatever you subscribe to, it's true. You know, because there's so much shit going on already. Not just in the world, but in the internet. You know, you gotta stay as focused as you can, and as you grow in the truth, you know, you'll be tested even more. You'll be tested even more to see if you crack, to see if you fall off. But you have to stay strong in this truth. You know, and it's challenging. A lot of times vexing. But you gotta keep striving against it. You gotta keep striving and push on. You know? To stay in this truth.
Oh man, that's the spirit. Let me read this real quick.
Los ojos. Él les
That's a
respondió,
big fucking speaking to us.
ya os lo he
This is
dicho,
1
y
Timothy
no habéis
chapter
querido
6,
oír.
verse 6.
¿Por
It
qué
says,
no
but
queréis
godliness
oír
with
otra
contentment
vez?
is great gain.
¿Queréis también vosotros
For
haceros
we
sus
brought
discípulos?
nothing into this world,
Y le
but it is certain
injuriaron
we
y
can
dijeron,
carry nothing out. Here
tú
you go.
eres su
Listen to
discípulo,
that. Now
pero
listen to that.
nosotros, discípulos de
It says,
Moisés somos.
For we
Nosotros
brought
sabemos
nothing
que
into this
Dios
world,
ha hablado a
it is
Moisés,
certain we can carry
pero
nothing out.
respecto a ese,
We
no sabemos
cannot
de
carry
dónde sea.
anything out. We came into this world with nothing, and we're gonna leave this world with nothing.
Pues esto es
So
lo
why
que
desire after righteousness in this fucking world, man?
y a mí me
It makes zero sense.
You know, that is so true.
Yeah. To continue, when it says, "In having food and raiment, let us be therewith content." Just food and clothing. That's all we need. That's all we need. A lot of us brothers don't really need a roof over our head if there's other brothers, to help out. Sometimes you gotta sleep in the streets too. But the Wadi Yahawashi, he didn't put us in that scenario yet. We've been without a house, and a place to stay for a while before, but multiple times before. But it wasn't once that we had to sleep in the streets, But me, my little brothers, and my father, we didn't really even need to worry about that whole thing as long as we had food to eat and clothing to wear. Ultimately.
You see how the elites
And we're content with that.
The elite's motto is you will own nothing and be happy. To us, we'll have Yahawashi and be happy. That's all you need. Because if you hang out with Yahawashi, everything else will be a lie.
So continue with this. I'm gonna read it again. It says, having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. So that shit is going to get you in a tough scrape many times. You know, that's why a lot of people, you know, they say, as it says in the street, they get iced. They get laid out. You know, when you want to put it the mafia style, fucking, they want to go sleep with the fishes.
Giving concrete shoes and sleep with the
You know?
fishes,
You know, it's just for the love of money is the root of all evil. I mean, if you look at all these organized crime organizations, for example, you know, all of them are established off of money. You see how the devil works? All for the loss of money. All these other countries, and the way that they're going, the way that they carry their people, the love of money is the same thing for all of them.
They use fear and torment
Yeah.
just to keep their organization, you know, straight.
Sorry. And it makes them care for money too,
Yeah.
because of that fear.
They use fear as a power.
As a weapon. It said, let me read 10 again. It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So a lot of you doctors out there that want to have that 501c3, or that have that desire for money. If you have the 501c3, you have a desire for money, because the tax exemption gives you more money. And if you want more money, you're gonna want to get that tax exemption. You know? And that proves that you covered up the money, man. So a lot of you men are gonna be destroyed, and you're gonna go through many sorrows, because you rather go for money than to increase your faith within the truth. Now I'm gonna read verse 11.
Jamie's so destroyed with money. You see it in like in rap songs and whatever. They flashing that money. Like
It's funny because I said it before, but I watched a Twitter post of this person who was interviewing older people from 60 to 80 to 90. I always asked them what was the one thing that they regretted the most, and a lot of them said the same thing. And that is what? Lusting after material things. Because when you get up in age, you're gonna start to realize that you wasted your life for something that'll waste faster than you. Waste away faster than you would. What's the point in lusting after that which that is material? After carnal things. They always said the same thing. All of them.
You learn over the years also that there's some people, they grew up to have a lot of things. They're growing up having things and they're losing things as they go. But they're also teaching you that experience. That is, in this material in the world, it's not worth keeping anything. It's not worth keeping anything. Right? You know, it's like a hard lesson. You earn in this world to lose it again. But you have to have that mindset that there's nothing in this world is worth having. Nothing is worth having. What's worth having is this word. That's it.
Because it stays now and it's gonna stay forever. Even into the kingdom. It's gonna forever stay. And that's something that, you know, a lot of people don't put that into their mind, because they see that we're nothing but a Bible fanatic or a Christian fanatic, how they see it as.
Oh, they have a word for it. They call it like bibliolatry or something like that. Like they're trying to pretty much demonize the word because we're so much into it. You're supposed to be obsessed with this word.
You're supposed to establish your life after it.
Because you're supposed to become one with this word. You know? One with Yahawashi. That's the whole sole reason why in the book of Genesis says, let us make a man in our own image. You know? To be in total agreement with the Heavenly Father and Son. Yahawashi.
That's what he created man, ultimately.
And then
Follow after Yahawashi. And the first one's going to be doing that is the Israelites. And then afterward comes the heathen.
in the We're supposed to exalt.
desire for being content with just food and raiment. That's it.
Which means, food and clothing.
That's right.
You know?
Flee from the lusts of this world, man. Everything that the heathen desire, flee out, and flee away from that. Flee away from that. Continuing, it says, follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness. It says, fight the good fight of faith. Because this is a fight that we're in, man. This is a fight. That's why it says contend for the faith. Because when you contend for something, you're fighting for it. And we gotta constantly fight this flesh, man. Because this flesh is designed to go off. This flesh is designed to go off, man. But it's our spirit that is lusted after righteousness, that desires after righteousness.
Even if you go through a total humiliation, you still gotta keep going.
Yeah, this world is established off of wickedness, man. After how the flesh is designed. So you go astray from what the flesh is designed to do, people are going to look at you strangely. They're going to tilt their heads and shake their heads in disapproval. But we don't need their approval. We need the approval of Yahawashi.
That's how the world gets so angry at us, because we just stand bold. But at the end of the day, they're not angry at us, they're angry at Yahawashi. So guess what? Because Yahawashi is exposing you. Now you had no excuse, so you're pretty much annoyed that somebody call you out. That's not us calling you out. It's Yahawashi through our mouths.
They're annoyed that that we're a light here. That we're a light here. They just so happen to walk into that light, and we call them out. But men love darkness rather than light. Just as Adam and Eve try to hide their nakedness. It's because ultimately it's shame. Because they don't want to know the law, statutes, commandments. They don't want to know what is right and what is wrong. They don't want to know that the thing that they're doing is wrong. They don't want to know that.
It's like the cockroaches. You turn on the roof and they spread out. Because they were so comfortable in the dark.
Maybe believe. Get back this again.
So continuing, it says, First Timothy 6:12, it says, fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou also called and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses. And this is a profession that we have, man. Alright? This is a profession that we have. And we're supposed to basically put our life onto it. This is our life's work. Right here. Here's something else. Verse 10.
Can you make it more obvious? Took a flashlight.
What does it matter?
No, we disrespected them.
I'm not.
You know,
It's not complaining, right? I'm just saying, man. It's so obvious.
That's why we in the eyes of the world, we're very victorious.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to be on the side to be a villain. To be the villain.
Which means we're the father. We're planting seeds.
A peasant. That's basically what a villain is. When someone is against the nobles, the rich, and everything like that, they're considered a villain. And Herod is the family of royalty during that time. So that's where the word hero comes from. Hero, which is basically representing that royalty. So which is nobles and everything like that around them. And then the villains referring to the villagers, which is referring to the peasants or the farmers. That's what they consider them as. So if you're against them, you're a villain. So that's why it says that every villain is a hero in his own story. Because we don't see ourselves as a villain.
You notice that
in our eyes, we're the hero. You guys are the fucking villains, man. Just look at everything. Look at everything around us, man. This is not how the earth is supposed to be. The trees aren't even supposed to be showing off their sticks like that, man. A lot of these trees, look at this one. This one can't even grow.
Hollow, everything. It seems like it's not even lush. But you know,
They're trying to. I see a lot of these Edomites are trying to plate flowers and stuff like that, make it look pretty now. You know? But if this is like spraying fucking perfume on shit. That's what it's like. Yeah? It's like spraying perfume on shit. That's Esau trying to fix what he caused. He put a little flour in it, spray some perfume on it.
but you know that's how
Make
Babylon.
calling it pretty shit.
That's how Babylon is built. That's how Babylon is built. Built on dead bodies. You know, rape, rob, and murder.
Build upon blood.
And built in the backs of the poor. And also when things are run down, what the Esau do? He put pretty lights in the city, so all the tourists just look at the lights, but they don't look at the dark corners.
Yeah, it's true.
You
That's
know?
why a lot of people want to come to New York.
Yeah.
Because it's always the lights. It's the lights. It's the lights that make it pretty. But once you realize how fucked up and shitty this place is, we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
That's what annoys me when these Venom, for
City
example. You
sucks,
guys remember the scene in Venom when he went up on top of I think high building? He said, "Your world looks so pretty." I'm like, oh, come on, man.
And that's just a outward, pretty much. You know? And you go to Times Square, they got all these lights. But if you just stop and pay attention to what's going on around you, there's a lot of shitty people. There's shit and piss in the corners. You know,
Look down. Look at it this way. Look at all the debris of trash and all of that.
Oh
Does that
yeah,
look
you
pretty?
tell the story about fucking what you saw in the Bronx.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of
When I
which,
went to the Bronx.
a homeless woman just showed her bare ass. That could happen right
Oh
there.
yeah, fucking. I saw the car in my eye, but I ignored the existence of
Same.
such.
I closed my right eye. I don't want to see that shit.
I did see it like.
I don't want to see that shit.
Literally too.
Also, one reason why you get annoyed,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
Tell the story about what you saw in Bronx.
Yeah, when I went to the Bronx was looking terrible. I don't know if it's still looking terrible now, but it just showed the decay of Babylon. And it was so bad that there was trash everywhere. It was so bad that even the homeless was complaining about it. There was trash. I can't believe so much trash in here. They're homeless, you know. You don't know if it's a bug out or no, you don't know. But they down there, but they see it for what it is, you know. That's how bad Babylon's getting, man. Everything's decaying.
Without homes and complaining about that trash. Man.
City buses are squishy when they go up the hill. You know, we get that a lot, you know. Society is just
This place
breaking
needs to
down.
fucking go, man. This is.
It shows how close we are,
You
you know.
I can't
And
wait
this-
to the kingdom, man.
This city is known as one of the capitals of America.
So run down.
The capital of trash. You
It's
know,
like a used stained cup.
just show. It's just Babylon is just not. It's not a place to be. But then again, you know, if you get out of here and go somewhere else, you still gonna face some bullshit everywhere you go. You know.
You know, you even got fucking some Issachar going back to Mexico.
Yeah,
Mexico
there's
now.
some Issachar going back.
It's way
all the people
better,
pretty much.
way better over there than it is over here now.
But they're trying to expel Esau from over there.
This is just propaganda that happens. That's why a lot of people want to come. I just saw a video like, California is the most beautiful place on earth. I saw a post about that.
In
California is the most beautiful place on earth. They're showing all the rich parts in the private beaches and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, you see how the people in the comic book and they're showing other videos. You know, with bug outs. You know, trash everywhere, man.
And they got a lot more homeless than right here. And they got a whole neighborhood just of homeless. That's how bad it is over there. You're just gonna
Bad
get
over here. Bad everywhere.
a lot of Edomites. They're scared. They got their house, but their kids can't even go out and play because in their backyards they got squatters now. And they can't go in their backyard and play because they got homeless living in their backyards. You know. Meanwhile, the Esau over here, the government Esau, all they do is just taxing the shit out of you. You know, everything's
There's a lot of
it's up
vacant
there.
places.
They're sending money to wars and all that
Look, there's a
stuff.
lot of vacant places over here in New York, man. You know, everybody can get an apartment. You know, but Esau's a dickhead and an unrighteous man, unrighteous people, and it's not gonna do that unless they have money from it, unless they get something from
I
it.
remember Abba mentioned that before, that mostly everybody who owns an apartment is a roommate mostly.
Yeah, that's how the majority. The majorities are. It's not a one family apartment or home anymore. It's roommates. That's like the norm. You know that's not normal. It's just the reason people don't do an uproar because Kiso was slick enough to do that through gradualism, just like everything else.
Yep.
Now imagine he did that overnight. There would have been an uproar in the city already. But see, some other parts of the world, they catch up really quick because people are more educated. Right here, Jake over here, Jake is stupid as hell compared to other parts of the world. Jake, you take something away from Jake and you give him ice cream. Jake will go for the ice cream.
No, they're lost by balance.
I don't have to exaggerate. You take something away from Jake right away and you give him an ice cream. Jake will go. You'll be in awe about that free ice cream. Then somebody just stole his car.
Just like what they did with the Hokey Pokey. They were giving out, McDonald's was giving out free meals if you take the Hokey Pokey.
A $50 gift card. If you get the Hokey Pokey.
Believe it or not, people fall for that.
You know, but they still vote for the same thing. If Jake don't get up and realize that, hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? Something's not right. Like, what took you so long? You know?
Right after they took their 15th.
Let me read this. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 19 is having therefore, brethren, boldness to enter into the holiness by the blood of Yahawashi, by a new and living way, which is he hath consecrated for us, which means, if I remember correctly, it means made holy. It says, through the veil, that is to say, his flesh, and having a high priest over the house of power, let us draw near with a true heart in assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled on that evil conscience, and our bodies washed in pure water. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised. It says, let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. To provoke unto I like that. When you reprove somebody or exhort them, you're provoking them unto love and good works. You're provoking them. Because a provoke is kind of like a threat, kind of like a warning. You know? Continuing, it says, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting. See, that goes into exhortations. That's the provoking part. One another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. That's why I keep spooking my brothers. You know, I keep spooking them and giving them warnings about if they do some stupid shit. You know, how you gonna answer when Yahawashi comes down? You're gonna have doubts within yourself because you're not fully what's the word? You're not fully convinced. That's what it says here. Where is it? Was it? There it is. You don't have that boldness. That's why, because that doubt, it basically corrodes your boldness. It corrodes you. You will start to no longer be able to stand fast. You know? Yeah, that was it.
This is I got Philippians chapter 1 verse 12. But I would you. I got it. Salakia. Philippians chapter 1 verse 12. But I would ye should understand, brethren, that the things which happen unto me have fallen out rather unto the furtherance of the gospel.
Listen to that. It said it says that the things which happen unto me have fallen out rather unto the furtherance of the gospel. So basically, the things that happen to him is literally for you, basically for you to build up. That's why when you speak, when you read the things that which happened to the brothers, where they got stoned, they got shipwrecked, they were persecution, everything like that, is for your reading, for your learning, to build you up. Because we're going to be in a scenario where we're going to be in a similar situation. But you got to remember that brother went through more. That brother went through a lot. And you're going to be joining in. You're basically going to join in with what happened to him.
Yahawashi is a perfect example.
No?
And in order to follow Yahawashi, you also have to follow him and how he suffered. You got to suffer too.
Yeah.
You know? Continue. So that my bonds in Hamashiach, Yahawashi, are manifest in all the palace, in all other places.
The bonds. You want to go up a little bit? Let me see that. Oh no, that
was it. So that my bonds.
I like that. It manifests in all the palace and all the places, which means that it's going to be basically spoken about abroad. You know. And it's ultimately through the furtherance of the gospel, because the gospel is going to be taught that we got to go through those things. And if if the things that are being taught is being allowed and being spoken aloud, you know,
and it's going to happen anyways.
I mean,
because the gospel will be preached all throughout the whole earth.
When we're persecuted, it's going to be abroad. It's going to be known abroad, and that is you know. That is going to be ultimately also for the furtherance of the gospel, because we're going to be hated for by everybody. You know, for Yahawashi's namesake, Yahawashi, Yahawashi. You know.
You continue, and many of the brethren in the Lord, waxing confidence by my bonds, are much more bold to speak the word without fear.
Look at that. Oh wait, let me read that again.
And many of the brethren in the Lord,
which is basically the ministry. Especially this ministry now is the same as the ministry back then. Ministry now is the same as the ministry back then. All right.
Waxing confidence by my bonds.
Waxing confident by my bonds. So all the things that he went through, you know, it proves that this truth that we have is the truth. By the shit we go through.
Are much more bold to speak the word without fear.
Man, I'm much more bold to speak it, because we know that this is it. You know, that this is the truth. You know, we're much more bold, all of us brothers out here, man. We're not afraid of these dum-dums out here, man, whether they got a weapon or not. How many times have we've been threatened many times, but we still come out here. You know, that shit's not scary enough for us to be spooked about it. You know, we'd rather fear Yahawashi than to fear you dum-dums out here. You know, you guys are like chihuahuas.
Continue. Some indeed preach Hamashiach, Yahawashi, even of envy and strife, and some also of goodwill.
Yeah, there is something like that. You know, especially these other doctrines. You know, they're not teaching in the correct manner, and that's why when persecution arises, they're going to be offended, and they're going to fall off, and they're going to persecute the rest of the brothers as well.
And the reason they're going to get offended because they miss out that part of the book that they reject to read. They only want to read the good part. You know, you're supposed to know the sweet and the bitter. You're supposed to know everything. You know. not just the sweet. That's what's going to get you. That's what will get you. It's going to get you to your destruction. You continue. The one preach Hamashiach of contention, not sincerely,
Not sincerely, see?
supposing to add affliction to my bonds.
That's not working because that dude is pretty much insignificant.
But the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel.
It's funny because that happens even with the apostles. You know, like these dudes who break up, they try to break down the doctrine, right? But the way that they break down, I meant to say, the way that they break it down, it doesn't go according to the teachings. And it's kind of like as if they're trying to offend the apostles, man. Especially when they try to take something of a similar fashion of the breakdown that the apostles teach, and then they break it down in their incorrect manner, like what Apostle Rema made a video about today. You know, some dudes butchering up the doctrine.
They're not really actually. They're not even using precept upon precept. They're not backing it out with other scriptures. They just stick to that one paragraph and then doing their own, their own understanding pretty much. You know, which you end up messing it up even more. Continue. What then, notwithstanding every way, whether in pretense or in truth, Hamashiach is preached, and I therein do rejoice, yea, and will rejoice. For I know that they shall turn to my salvation through your prayer and the supply of the Spirit of Hamashiach Yahawashi. According to my earnest expectation and my hope that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness, as always, so now also Hamashiach Yahawashi shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life or by death. For to me, to live is Hamashiach Yahawashi, and to die is gain. So with this word, even if we die in this truth, that's also a gain. That's also a gain to us. You know. And humiliation, when you go through humiliation in this gospel, you know, that's pretty much a gain also. You know, because you're doing it for Yahawashi. If Yahawashi went through the same thing, we gotta go through the same thing too. You know?
The servant's not greater than the master.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
But I was all right, everybody face the east. See who's on live first. Is anybody on? No. All praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawashi, I want to once again give double honors to Pastor Elders Millstone. The one that this can't session was edifying your brothers and your human sisters. I'm going to leave it off with the Shemai prayer. So, Shemai, Yashavala, Yahweh, Allah Hayinawa, Yahweh, Achad, Abadna!